We've been really impressed with the Ford Fusion since its introduction, but among its few flaws was the lack of available stability control. Ford's made that standard now, and also introduced a new 4-cylinder version as well as a highly competitive hybrid. We bought both of those, as well as a V6, to see how they compete in this segment.
Well, the Fusion really stands out from the competition in its ride and handling. It has a very nice supple ride, absorbs bumps well, and the steering is well weighted. It has really good feedback. It's just a really great car to drive. The addition of standard electronic stability control has been a significant improvement for the Fusion. The previous one didn't do particularly well on emergency handling course, but now the standard electronic stability control has really rectified that. Ford's addressed the turning circle, shortening it, making it much easier to park. One place where the Fusion didn't stand out is braking. Stops weren't particularly short, but it was adequate overall. The V6 engine delivers good performance and returns 22 miles per gallon. The new 4-cylinder, it's really nice, and it gives 24 miles per gallon overall, a slight improvement over the V6. But where the real news is the hybrid. This is a full hybrid, meaning it could drive up to 47 miles per hour on electric power alone. And in our tests, we got 34 miles per gallon overall. The transition from gas to electric and back again is smooth and seamless. In fact, the hybrid feels just like a normal car when driving.
The biggest clue it tells you when you're in a hybrid are these gauges. On the left side, you have the green EV. That toggles between RPMs when you're using the engine or EV mode when you're driving on pure electric. In the center, your regular speedometer, and on the right, you have your miles per gallon indicator and a plant. The plant keeps adding leaves when you're driving in electric mode. We're pretty impressed with all 3 versions of the Fusion that we tested. The seats are pretty nice, the materials in the dash are nice soft touch. Overall, it's a pretty good place to be. One thing is, some people found that the cloth seats were a little less supportive than the leather ones. This model is the Fusion Hybrid, and what we opted for was the navigation system. Behind the screen, you've got the controls for a lot of the hybrid interactions, so you can see what your mileage is. You've got the navigation, some of the audio controls as well. It interfaces with the Ford Sync system. This lets you pair your Bluetooth phone or your iPod or MP3 player to it, and that way you can use voice-activated commands to navigate through instead of taking your eyes off the road. That's a really big safety plus in our eyes. One gripe we have with the Fusion, whether or not you've got the navigation system, is the fact that the climate and audio buttons are all really similar, and it's hard to tell which is which at a quick glance. Part of the navigation system is an option called Sirius Travel Link, and it gives you a lot of different features, such as traffic on your route or weather. Plus, you can click a button and look for the fuel prices in your area. Another part of the system is you can check movie listings for where you're traveling. The back seat of the Fusion is reasonably comfortable, but there are a few flaws. First, this low seat cushion. It doesn't give you any thigh support. Also, if you're 6 feet tall or taller, you're going to find that there's a lack of headroom. Both the 4- and 6-cylinder versions of the Fusion have a pretty decent trunk. One surprise is, so does the hybrid. It's much roomier than other hybrid sedans. One drawback, however, is that the rear seats don't fold flat. Our V6 and hybrid models had a couple of neat features. First off, this backup camera, not something you see in every sedan. Also, it had these sensors for reversing. A third really neat feature is the blind spot warning system with an indicator here in the mirror. It's a feature that's seen in a lot of higher-end cars, but our V6 sedan costs $28,000. That's a pretty good value. Finally, Ford's been putting this really useful feature on a lot of its vehicles. It's a capless fuel filler. Basically, just take the fuel nozzle and plug it right in. You can pull it out and it seals automatically, keeps the fumes out, and you don't have to worry about forgetting to put your gas cap on. It's pretty neat. If you're looking to buy a family sedan, you should definitely have the Ford Fusion on your short list of vehicles to consider. Not only is it a practical vehicle, but it's really fun to drive. And the hybrid version, with its smooth and seamless powertrain, is a standout. In fact, you may not know you're driving a hybrid vehicle until you get to the gas pump.